Sands are cold, but Khajiit feels warmness from your presence, if you must. Always with the questions. You likely have heard of Khajiit being referred to as flea bags, or flea bitten, or something similar, yes? A derisive comment, to be sure. Also a bit hypocritical, given how common lice are among the ranks of man and mer. But that is beside the point. Zarik is sad to say that for any being with fur, the opportunistic little pests are a constant concern, and Zarik's chosen profession did not help. The life of a bandit often has you out in the wilderness, sleeping among the flowers and grasses where the fleas thrive, and Zarik was no exception. Do you know, you can feel them crawling around on you when an infestation gets bad. It is not pleasant, and it is a distraction when on the job. Gat Kadar had a good remedy for fleas though, and it worked wonders on the coat as well. A bit of nightshade mixed with pulverized nern root. Mix with a good strong liquor and boil it down to a paste to apply. Only trouble is it doubles as a strong poison, so no close contact for a few days. Why are you, if you must? Perhaps if you are so intent on having a conversation, you could talk to yourself instead of Zarik. Then we would both be happy, yes? Yes, what do you... Of course, what do Well, let me think about it. Ask again later, yes? If you must. There are many in this land who are afraid of the night, who hide from it behind latch and key in the safety and light of their homes. And not without good reason. After all, many things go bump in the night as well. Werewolves, vampires, the farmer and the chorus pets. Strange magic stirs in the wilderness after dark, and what the eye cannot see, the mind draws into existence instead. As horrible as it might be to be snatched away by the farmer, or disemboweled by a hungry werewolf, or drained of your essence by a vampire, it is nothing compared to the horrors a frightened mind can draw up. That is where the true terrors reside. No farmer then can match that. Zarik has spent his life in the shadows, and he knows what darkness lurks there. With time has come familiarity, and with familiarity, fear dies. Zarik does not hide. He seeks out his fear, so that he may know it. Seeing you out and about at this hour, Khajiit wonders if you are not the same. If you must. Always with the quit. Listen closely. Zarik will give you some tips on sneaking that he has picked up over the years. Perhaps they will be useful to you. What part do nimble fingers play in successful sneaking? Obviously getting into and out of someone's pockets quickly and without them noticing, yes? And picking the most delicate of locks that requires the utmost dexterity and precision of finger movements. If you have sausage fingers, good luck. Aside from the obvious though, there is much more to it. Looting a house is often a time-intensive business, and so moving objects between the shelf and your satchel must be done efficiently. Fumbling things around, getting them packed away, risks damaging them, and the extra time taken reduces your total haul. Zarik suggests going for larger items first, so as not to crush smaller, more delicate items under the weight. Of course, depending on the value of said items, you would probably want to grab the gold diamond necklace before the fossilized Horkerdam, yes? Sister, have you wondered why it is that all Khajiit and Skyrim are cafe, even though we vary by the phases of the moons? Surely it cannot be by chance. If you must. Zarik has been told he does not play well with others. And, unlike some of the more salacious tales of Zarik's ventures, this one is true. But it is not this one's fault. He cannot help if others are not worth his time, yes? Perhaps others should learn to play well with Sarik.
Sister, have you wondered why it is that all Khajiit and Skyrim are cafe, even though we vary by the phases of the moons? Surely it cannot be by chance. If you must. Always with the questions.
Sarik has seen many terrible things in his time. He has seen throats cut, lives lost to everything from Spriggans to Giants clubs. But there is one thing Sarik has seen that still haunts his dreams. You have heard of the former, yes? Sarik was with a group on a scavenging trip to the northern reaches of Skyrim. The snow gave out beneath us, and we tumbled into a deep cave. With no way back out, we were forced to press onward. Before long, we began hearing noises in the dark. Skittering, voices. This one's comrades were too boisterous to hear, arguing amongst themselves over whose fault our predicament was, but Sarik heard. Deeper in, the cave descended into the ruins of a city, possibly dwarven in origin. The sounds continued in the dark for a time, and then suddenly they were upon us. Sarik fought. His eyes allowed him to see in the darkness, and that allowed his daggers to find their marks with deadly efficiency. But also, Khajiit saw horrors in the dark. Their sheer numbers, his comrades blind as newborn kittens being cut down. Screaming, shot through with arrows, cloven in two by their twisted blades, arms and legs sliced away, bodies dragged off. But beyond that, Sarik saw the face of the enemy. Their eyes, he saw they did not function, and quickly Sarik devised a plan. When his current target dropped, Sarik froze in place. The fighting continued around him, but he did not so much as breathe. And when this one's last comrade fell, a sickening quiet descended on the ruins. The former quickly turned to their fallen quarry, setting about butchering the bodies, cutting flesh from fat, muscle from bone, eating. The scent of blood was overpowering. As quiet as he could, Sarik slipped into the shadows and crept away. His fur was slicked down with blood and gore, but he was alive. It seemed like days before this one found his way out of the ruins and back to the surface. Days of just Sarik, the darkness, and the former. The things Sarik saw in that time, the atrocities the former committed as a matter of due course, they defied words. Yes, Sarik too. The fresh air was a blessing to this one's nose when he finally emerged. It was a nightmare. Perhaps if you are so intent on having a conversation, you could talk to yourself instead of Sarik. Then we would both be happy, yes?